Asenathi, how's it been being in the Springbok environment these past few weeks?
It's been very cool. It's been very nice. I've been obviously working really hard in the training sessions, but I've enjoyed my time. Yeah, I think I'm learning a lot. I'm still learning, and having to rub shoulders with the world's best is something that I've always looked forward to. And now that I'm in the environment, it's all about just being a sponge and keep learning.
If you can just tell us a bit more about, since you were a young boy, have you always been a big rugby man? Has it always been your dream to play for South Africa?
To be honest with you, I started playing probably around grade 6-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I started realizing when I got the scholarship to come to Sicilians that we can actually maybe make something out of it. So,
Why did you start so late?
I didn't kind of dig the sport, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't dig it at first, but as a big guy like me, and one of the teachers kind of said, "Hey, listen, why not try? Why not give it a go?" And I gave it a go, and then I actually found out I'm pretty decent.
Did you like other sports when you were growing up?
Yeah, look, I wasn't really interested, but I played soccer now and then. But I just like to keep myself busy.
Which primary school were you?
I went to the Cracks primary school. It's done with it.
Okay. And then once you started to play, what part of the game from a young age, from grade 6 onwards, what part of the game did you enjoy the most?
I think tackling.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, tackling and obviously ball carrying. Because I started at loose forward and then moved to lock. So I did the move from loose forward lock and then to the front.
When did you start playing in the front row?
In grade 8.
In grade 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so ball carrying wise, tackling is probably one of the two things that really made me feel in love with the game, because running over someone or really tackling someone was really cool.
Still your favorite part?
It's still my favorite part. Obviously, scrumming has added to that, and I've started really to enjoy it. And it's a massive part of the game.
Yeah. So, if you were to sort of get your chance, maybe against the Barbarians or so, just what would it mean to you to be able to put that Bok jersey on?
No, look, it'll be obviously very special. It'll be very special to put a Springbok jersey on. It's something most of the young kids in South Africa dream of, and then for one to be able to do it, it's pretty special. But for now, for me, my focus is just really prepping and make sure that I'm ready for whatever comes.
For you also, like you say, you love ball carrying, and we also sometimes see some of the skills that you do possess. Moving the ball. Where does that come from? Is it just a natural talent?
Play a lot of touch as well.
Oh, is it?
A lot of touch, because I went to predominantly coloured school. Where at break time, throw a ball around, make bets, and if I lose, probably get my lunchbox. So that I think that's where the soft skills probably come in, because I also played basketball in school as well.
Oh, you did?
So that also helped. So I think that's where the soft skills come in, and also having watched the game a lot and having analysed a lot of skillful props around. So it's something that I kind of pride myself in.
Until what age did you sort of play basketball?
I started playing basketball in high school.
Oh.
So when I moved to States, obviously, private schools have summer sport and winter sport, so you're kind of forced to get into one. And I was like, basketball is probably the one sport where you're probably expected to run the less, but it's actually not the case.
Yeah.
You actually run a lot. So got into basketball, started to really enjoy it, the skills part of it, and obviously having watched NBA as well, so it was kind of cool. And ended up playing first team, captain that as well, so it was kind of cool.
You captained the first team basketball team?
Yeah, I did. I know people don't believe it, but I actually did.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah,
so you played rugby and basketball up until matric?
Yes.
So I'm not a big basketball. I don't really know the game. Is that also a winter sport?
And it's a summer sport.
That's the summer sport.
Rugby is a winter sport.
Okay. Oh wow, that's very cool. Do you still play a bit of basketball sometimes?
Now and then. I got a basketball court at my place that I live at.
What?
I don't play a lot anymore, because I think it's not so great for your ankles as big guys.
Oh yeah.
Knees and jumping up and down. So if I do play, it's mostly shooting and just shooting around and having probably 3-on-3, which is a walking pace almost.
Is there other guys in the Boks or the Lions team that you play with?
Yeah, Edward van der Merwe, he claims himself to be a big basketball player, and his brother Manu, before he left for the Sharks, So there, I used to kind of give him a hiding.
Oh, is it?
All of them, yeah, including him as well. So yeah.
That's
So,
very cool. What position did you play?
I played center. Big
Center.
man, yeah, big man. So the guy that really bullies people.
And and your favorite basketball player?
I have to say it has to be Shaq O'Neal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think
He's also a big guy.
his kind of game, how he evolves, and you know, because a lot of people don't see the amount of work the guy goes through. You know, they think it's a big guy, doesn't have skills, but they actually had a lot of skills. They just lack shooting. That's all. So,
Do you still follow the NBA?
I do. Not as often though. Not as often. I think these days, you know, people kind of follow the big names. I'm not really into that.
So that's one of the parts where your softer skills get on in the rugby field. But we also, because for a big guy, you have quite an engine. We spoke to Rassie about it now as well. And he said you have done a lot of work, and you're quite fit for a big guy. Is that also something that you pride yourself on to be able to keep up with the pace of the game?
Yeah, I think what's required these days, you know, big guys have to be able to move around, you know, and you get nippy guys, fast guys that are targeting you in a way. So you need to make sure that you're in your space and you own your space, and you need to make sure those guys don't kind of see you as a weakness in the team. So whatever it takes for you to really keep on with the game, I think that's something that I really pride myself on, is really being able to move around the park and also getting off the ground. I think that's a part of the game a lot of people don't see. I think the Springbok, we put huge emphasis on really getting off the ground and being able to move around the park. So it's something that I really pride myself on.
A lot of people say that the tight end prop is the most important position in a rugby team. Obviously,
that's rightly so.
You believe that? Yeah, obviously you believe that. Especially for the scrums, have you done a lot of work on your scrummaging? How are you feeling about your personal scrummaging at this stage?
Yeah, look, I've done a lot of work. Obviously, the new system, I'm learning a lot. Like I said, your rubbing shoulders with probably world's best loose hits at the moment. So for me to go against those guys week in, week out, it's only going to make me better. I think I'm also learning. Like I said in the beginning of this, I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's almost being a sponge, but at the same time, really applying what I have, and maybe that goes into the system nicely.
Yeah. We all watched Chasing the Sun, and we saw with ons gaan hawe toe with the. Have you guys been doing that on the training field yet?
I'll tell you, unit sessions here are something different. So,
is it?
Yeah, the scrum session is different. And I think that's why they're the best in the world.
Yeah.
When it comes to that expected game as well.
Yeah.
Because the way they train is pretty much how they play as well.
For you, obviously now Frans Malherbe has been a stalwart for so long, but now he's out injured, and Vincent Koch's also a bit older now. Do you see that number 3 jersey as something that you can really push for, also just to sort of try and be part of the bigger squad come 2027 World Cup, or you're not thinking that far ahead yet?
To be honest with you, I'll be lying to you if I say no, I'm thinking that far ahead for me. Like I said in the beginning of this, it's really taking it week by week, and still learning from the guys around the camp. Because like I said, you got the best in the world, so you really want to learn from each and every single one of them, and how they got to this point where they are. So for me, I'm taking it week by week and still really learning from the guys around me.
Just 2 more questions. One is, earlier you mentioned that you also watched a lot and learned a lot from props with good skills. Who are some of those props?
I think it's a guy called Charlie. What's his name? Charlie.
Tamafuina.
Yeah.
The Tongan.
Yeah, he's a Tongan guy, and then there's also he played for the All Blacks in 2015. He was a tight prop. What's his name again? But he had a very skillful prop. I think most of the New Zealand props were, I think at that time, even still now, they're able to move the ball around a lot more, but still be able to do their primary jobs very well. So.
And then lastly, in the URC now, you've played a few seasons. Who are some of the best loose head prop that you've scrummed against?
No, it's gonna sound very, but I think they're all in South Africa.
All the South Africans.
All the South Africans. I think coming against Ox, coming against Gerald or Jan Hendrik, or you go to the Stormers, you get Vermaak, you get Steve Story. So I think playing against all the South African teams is quite difficult. Obviously going abroad as well. I'm not saying it's it's not difficult, but I think playing all the derbies against probably the best losers in the world is pretty much challenging. I think playing the derbies for me was probably, it still is the most challenging. Yeah.
Fantastic. Asenathi, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
Really
very much.
appreciate it.
Thank you.